What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Combat 86 radio show. Hopefully you checked out my last video on kind of the grip making and all that. Well, I know it's kind of a dead subject, but we're going back on it. And this time around I want to talk to you guys about kind of what also is keeping me going with this kind of a grip making. No, these are not mine. These here that you're seeing in front of the camera are some that I bought. And these you can buy. The company does a really good job. They're called Buffalo Brothers online. They're out of Mesa, Arizona. And they do a fabulous job of making these ivory grips. And this is their one offered as an old ivory with the heavy antiquing done to it. And they have their wonderful finger grooves there, like the John Wayne style, which that's what this grip is all about. And it's perfect because I'm left-handed, and they do make them where the finger grooves are on the right side of the panel. They're installed as a one piece. That's why you see this block in the middle. The frame goes over that and everything, and it's stuck in between. It's one of the better ways to install these types of grips, I believe, and I think, because it's you don't have to drill the grip out. And of course, with seeing these big finger grooves there, it would make it really hard to put that screw in. You'd have to probably do it inside the finger groove to get it done properly, and probably shave it out. It might not look all that great, although John Wayne's grips were with the screw through it. So some of the pictures you can see up close where they've kind of actually scooped it out and sanded the screw. Anyway, this is another pair that they offer, which is very similar to that. This is just their old ivory style, and you can see there what I was talking about the screw. I originally attempted to put it in as a screw. It you can see just by the grips, the finger grooves, it just doesn't work out that great. So I wound up having to use it as a one piece. Although it still kind of gives it that character that it has the screw through it. So that's kind of cool, I guess. So it didn't really screw it up too bad, at least the way I think it. Alright, so moving on. These things run you around $75 plus shipping, and I think it takes them a couple of weeks to whip them up and then get them sent to you. Again, they do a really good job. Their product is pretty amazing, I must say. But as for me, I got carried away because I kept wanting to order some more and more and more, and I kept asking them, well, what's the next step? How much more age can you get? Well, they pretty much told me this is it. They do that, so which is cool. That's fine. That's neat. So let me set these aside for now and to show you what I've come up with. This is kind of my take on this grip here that they offer. So this is my version, and what I tried to do is pretty much copy what they have. I dirtied mine up a little bit more, and I wanted a lot more age going through in versus theirs here. So again, here I added my finger grooves and wanted my finger grooves to be a little bit more crude, for say. Again, I'm no professional grip maker or anything like that, but this is just kind of my take on that old ivory with a heavy antique through it. And casted these up myself and polished them through. Here's the other side with very interesting streaks and things going through it. It is strange because they photograph darker on camera. I'm not sure exactly why, but they do. They photograph a lot darker on camera than they truly actually are. So if you actually see these in person, they're a little bit lighter, even these here, but for some reason on camera it does photograph a lot darker. Anyway, but I wanted to definitely show this to you and talk a little bit about it, as I started to really get interested in it. And did not like the fact that it would cost me almost $100 every time I want to check something out. So I definitely wanted to start doing this myself. Again, here's a just to give you kind of a look at in comparison to what I've created and to what I'm trying to copy here, as seen from what I bought from the Buffalo Brothers, which is an excellent product. But here is something that I've replicated in similar taste to what they got going on. The old ivory, heavy antique with the finger grooves and everything like that. So anyway, I figured I'd show it to you, share it to you with a little bit. That's what I do on this channel. Just talk about this, just odds and ends kind of thing, not necessarily you know, anything that really has any kind of rhyme or reason. But anyway, I wanted to show you also, now this is something you can get from the market. This is made by Hogue. I bust these things out. Now this is their take on ivory grips. What do they call this? They call it the Colt Single Action Army Ivory Cowboy Action Shooting Grips. Traditional, yeah, they call it ivory polymer. That's what it's called. Okay, and then of course they say the fitting will be required and everything. So here is what you get from, let's move this, from Hogue, and that is called their ivory, which is pretty neat, I guess. They're rather white. I guess that's supposed to be fresh ivory, I guess, you know, but I always believe that ivory has kind of some sort of discoloration to it. So anyway, that's theirs. And then of course, I thought about it, opening up my case, that's what that is. I thought about it myself, and I said, well, you know, if ivory, my take on ivory would be something like this, you know, with a little bit more age to it and more imperfections, for say, because it should be bone, so it's not going to be exactly perfect. So I left a lot of imperfections and darkening and weird aging yellow to mine. This is basically what I thought of my take on white, with a lot more age going through there. Then of course you guys seen this one. I did these. These are kind of just the plain or aged, you know, heavy antique. It's got a lot of more stress cracks visible through there. So anyway, it's just something I tinker around with. It's not necessarily something I'm a professional at it or anything like that. Maybe one day. Anyway, alright, let's get these out of there, and but that's it. That's kind of what I came up with. I was figuring I'd share it with you right here on the Combat 86 radio show. I know some of you are subscribers crossed over from my main channel, the Batjack JW. Truly appreciate that. Anyway, thanks for watching.